I'm going to be talking about identity fraud today. The number of identity fraud victims increased by 8% in the last year, rising to 16.7 million U.S. consumers. That's a record high since Javelin Strategy and Research began tracking identity fraud with its annual studies in 2003. Javelin's 2018 identity theft study found that despite industry efforts to prevent identity fraud, fraudsters successfully adapted their methods to net 1.3 million more victims in 2017, with the amount stolen rising to $16.8 billion. As technology is becoming increasingly more popular, there are more concerns than ever over privacy. It seems as if ethics are a thing of the past, when there is nothing truly holding someone accountable online anymore. Looking at the number of consumers falling victim to identity theft truly shows that. Hackers have used technology to increase the number of identity theft cases. This is due to the convenience of personal information that can be found on the internet. Previously, a person would have to go through your trash or mailbox to get this information, which increased the risk of getting caught. It was easier at that point to protect that personal information by being sure to shred anything that had that personally identifiable information on it. While people feel like they are being careful with personal information online, it's easier than ever to fall victim to online identity theft due to various routes of access. First, it's easier because hackers are always finding inventive ways to get someone to hand over their personal information. Facing an increasing array of security threats, schools like Greenbrier are teaching cyber hygiene, the basic cybersecurity habits that will keep students safe online, at home, and on their school networks. Phishing is one of the most common ways that hackers use. It can come in the form of an email asking you to purchase something that someone's selling, but they need to get your banking account information to deposit that money directly into it. It can also come as an email stating that someone's going to be receiving money for various reasons. An example of that is I received an email from a 17-year-old that said that they wanted me to become their legal guardian because he lived with his evil stepmother. He needed a place to go, his dad had passed away, he left him a large inheritance, and he wanted to put it in my checking account until he could get over to me and turn 18. Generally, these all have poor grammar and they're easy to spot, so it didn't take much for me to figure out that it's not true. A lot of times they start with dear sir or dear madam or something that's just not in our everyday language. Vishing is also another close relative to phishing. A person will receive an email on their work or school account stating that the account's being locked if they do not click a certain link to reactivate it. That link serves as a way to hack your account directly. Social networking has also been hacked. A hacker can obtain your Facebook account and send your friends and family a message pretending to be you. It may state that you're stranded and need money for a plane ticket or something to that degree. It's a way to play on your sympathy and try to get you to help them out. According to internet security experts, social network users can expect more threats to spread virally and infect everyone on a user's friend list. These viruses will most likely steal a user's personal information, which then can be used to obtain credit card and banking information. Sometimes that stolen information is sold on the black market to other cyber thieves. One such example of them sending out these messages, a while back there were videos going around saying, check out what this person did. You click the link. It's a virus that automatically sends it out to all of your friends who then is attacked by that virus. Data breaches are another way. They're occurring more frequently, sometimes by human error or other times because secure sites are being hacked. One example of user error can be an employee accidentally sending a file with confidential information out to an entire distribution list. Some email domains have a feature that you can utilize, allowing you 15 seconds to unsend your email. If you realize that mistake's been made, this can help out, but only if it's been noticed. When it's human error, this is considered an honest mistake in most cases. It can happen, however, that does not take away from the seriousness of the mistake made. The other side of that is that cybercriminals are actively working to get into secure websites to gain information. These online criminals can also infect a computer with a virus or spyware that allows them to gain access to personal and confidential information. Data breaches, as these attacks are called, involve anything that puts someone's name and sensitive information, their social security number, driver's license number, financial information such as credit card numbers, medical records, and more, potentially at risk. Hundreds of these breaches occur every year and can potentially compromise millions of sensitive records. These hackers do not use this information for themselves, but they sell it on the dark web. Online shopping can also pose a real threat. It's getting exceedingly more convenient and can be more effective than having to drive around town to find what you're looking for or for price comparison. However, when shopping online, the first thing to do is to make sure you're using a trusted and secure site. If you've never heard of the company, it may not be a legitimate website. Be cautious about inputting your payment information. If your debit card information is stolen, your whole checking account could be drained in mere minutes. PayPal is a wonderful tool to use as it allows you to purchase with security by using them as your payment method. They have insurance on it, and if it's not a legitimate site, you don't get your stuff, they can help you get your money back. Sometimes even being careful can lead to risk, as companies can be affected by hackers too. If a hacker wants a person's information, they will use all efforts to obtain it. As businesses increasingly depend on electronic data and computer networks to conduct their daily operations, growing pools of personal and financial information are being transferred and stored online. This can leave individuals exposed to privacy violations, and financial institutions and other businesses exposed to potentially enormous liability if and when a data breach occurs. While people feel like they make good choices online, it's easier than ever to fall victim to online identity theft. When identity theft began emerging as an issue in the digital age, Congress responded by passing the Identity Theft and Assumption Deterrence Act. Under the provisions of the 1998 law, identity theft became a federal crime. The law called for penalties of up to 15 years in prison and fines of up to $250,000. With laws like these in effect, it seems that we would be okay even if it was to happen to us. But the reality of it is that the person who has stolen your identity may be in Russia and never caught. With 16.7 million victims of identity theft, the number of cases are so large that they are unable to be investigated unless it's in a substantial loss. This is proof that technology makes it easier for ethics to go out the window. A few tips to remember. Always make sure you're shopping on online sites, that they're secure. Make sure people are who they say they are, and be cautious of the information that you share online. It is essential to keep a regular check on all your accounts to make sure that only charges that you put on there are on there. Also, periodically get a copy of your credit report. This could be a critical factor in finding out if your identity has been stolen, even if they did not get into your personal banking accounts. Thank you.